Welcome, everyone. It's the Mike Tech Show, show number 895. This afternoon, going to talk about Windows 11 editions. Going to talk about UPS and the need for an uninterruptible power supply and things I've ran into. PDF issue that's possibly resolved. My Google Chromecast is resolved. Where that was missing, and these are all from listener emails. And we're going to talk about Windows Explorer Patcher, and I'm going to demonstrate that. So first, everybody who follows me knows I'm in the Tampa area right now because I'm a snowbird, but I'm a diehard Eagles fan and the Tampa Bay Bucks. And last Monday night, the Eagles were defeated by Tampa because they showed absolutely no life. The Eagles forgot how to tackle. They couldn't tackle anyone. They could not counter Tampa's blitz. And I believe, and this is not going to happen, but the entire coaching staff needs to be fired. And beginning with the head coach, and that is not going to happen. So that is disappointing. I don't believe Tampa's good enough to continue further in the playoffs. But anyway, just had to make a comment. Something else that bothers me. I'm a big Sirius XM listener. I have it in all of my cars. My wife likes it when she's driving. I listen to it all the time. Big Howard Stern fan. Love Sinatra, the Seriously Sinatra channel. Love my Lithium and channels. Well, they changed the app all of a sudden, and there's no more favorites. They call it a library, but it's not really your favorites. It is an absolute mess. The app is a total disgrace. And my recommendation is, boy, I want a lot of people fired, huh? I say, whoever designed the app on the Sirius XM staff, you fire the entire team that developed it, hire a new team, go back to the older version, and start over because the app is an absolute mess. And for the first time, I am actually, because of the app, I'm thinking of not renewing. So, shame on not having a proper focus group or testing or whatever for their app. I think it's a mess. Now I can start the show after getting that off my chest. And by the way, if you see that I'm glancing at another screen as I'm recording this, I am actually doing work for a client. So I have a few CPA firms, and right now, everybody's in the midst of getting all the accounting software updated and installed. And right now, my client in Georgetown, Delaware, has associates that work from around the country, including one in Hawaii on the Big Island. And I'm connected via Instant House Call right now to him. And I'm installing the Pro Series Workstation 2023. I have an open VPN connected back to the peer server in Georgetown, Delaware, and I'm doing the install across it. And the reason why I decided, okay, I'm going to still record the show while that's happening, because it's taking a long, long time. It's slow. I'm not sure the connection that my client has in Hawaii, but it's not fast. Let's put it this way. I've started over an hour ago, and it's still updating right now. So now let me get started with today's topic. And we're going to start out with Windows 11. I wanted to know, why is Windows 11, I wanted to know why Workstation is different. Like, there's Windows 11 Home, Pro, and Workstation. And my big thing, I know Windows 11 Home and Pro, which most of you should already know, but what's the difference in Workstation? So today's first link is the different versions of Windows 11. And as I scroll down here from this link, we're going to go to where the checkboxes stop on the one side. So let's begin with Home. It stops short of BitLocker device encryption. You know my take on that. You absolutely have to have Pro. And if you have a laptop, my recommendation is you must turn on BitLocker device encryption. I've talked about it a lot. You have integrated with Microsoft information protection, remote deployment and compliance, Windows Hello for business, Windows information protection that's helps to protect against potential data leakage without otherwise interfering with the employee experience. Here's the only difference between Workstation and Pro. It is the resilient file system. Workstation detects when data becomes corrupt on one of the mirrored drives and uses a healthy copy of your data on other drives to correct and protect the data. So you have to have mirrored drives in order to really take advantage of this. Now, something else I know, it takes advantage of high-end performance graphics cards, and it can support lots and lots of memory. So as we keep scrolling down, you'll see assigned access. With assigned access, Windows 11 Pro devices run different applications depending on the user and keep individual identities separate and secured. So here's my take on this. If you have a high-end workstation, you absolutely want to go with Windows 11 for workstation because it performs better with the high-end graphics card and you can have lots more RAM on the system. This would be for like AutoCAD workstations and such. As a matter of fact, for the Dell Precision Workstation, I have installed for one of my clients that has a bunch of engineering workstations where they use different CAD software. One of the things that I noticed Dell does is it has enhanced drivers for workstation. And they even have drivers that correspond with like SolidWorks, AutoCAD, that help actually run those software applications faster. So I have noticed different set of drivers that are available because of the application. So you definitely want to investigate it. But if you're just a typical user or even a high-end user or a gamer, I don't think it's worth deploying Workstation. Absolutely Pro. To me, I only support Home if a home user already has it. Then that's fine, and we'll work with it. But anybody getting a new computer or upgrading to a system, to me, Home doesn't even exist, the version. I will only deploy Pro. So that is the Windows 11 options that I wanted to talk about today. And let's keep going as I bring up my notes. Okay. So, UPS. The storms in the north and in the south. So, I've had storms in Pennsylvania, which, matter of fact, they battled a snowstorm yesterday a little bit that was got like almost 6 inches where my house is, the suburbs of Philadelphia. And there's been storms down here with high winds in the Tampa area. So with that, I absolutely recommend, because we've had some equipment get killed during some of the power outages where the power would just go off and on. As a matter of fact, one of my test computers back in the Pennsylvania home office got killed on a power outage because I don't have it on a UPS. I have my main system on a UPS, the original Beast. And of course, down here in Florida, if you remember a few years ago, my Beast 2, the memory went bad. That was because of these just little annoying blips of a power outage, and that killed my memory on the system. And the Corsair was honored. They replaced it because of its warranty. And I also have another UPS for the router, your OTR and your router. You want to protect that with a UPS because an annoying power outage, just a quick, brief outage, just that couple seconds is enough to kill the equipment. And you can have an inexpensive UPS, but you absolutely have to have that to be able to protect your equipment. Now, I have a bigger one with an actual USB cable and the software. I recommend CyberPower. I less and less have recommended APC. I used to like APC, but something I noticed. The batteries go faster on the APC than the CyberPowers. I don't have any facts to back that up except just a feeling with the experience. But the CyberPowers seem to last longer and are more efficient. So just a recommendation on that. And you only need enough protection to just quickly protect those little surges. Certainly you could pay more, get a bigger one, and you can, protect to be able to keep running for a while. You just, depending on how long you want to run. Me, I want to run long enough that I can cleanly shut down all of my equipment. That's my goal. No more than that. So right now, with the load, with the software that I'm running, I can run 61 minutes. But I have a setting that if for 15 minutes there's no power, it's going to do a clean shutdown. And then it's going to wait. That power is consistent for 15 minutes on before it starts up the system. So they're the settings that I have set. And you can customize that if you're going to have, the software that's going to control the UPS, which I recommend on your main system. Certainly servers, no question. All right. Couple things. First, John, thank you very much for the generous donation. I really appreciate it. Thank you, thank you, thank you. YouTube comment and a WordPress comment that I absolutely have to mention here. The YouTube comment is from Ian, and it's about the PDF issue. And he says, try to check and change the default printer. As I have, and this is for the PDF locking up, I have seen pause delay on startup of an app as it needs to understand what fonts can be printed. And Ian, I haven't done that yet, which I'm going to check the default printer on what is set on Adobe Acrobat, because I'm wondering if that, things got better, but not when I open up a PDF from Outlook. So that seems to be the issue right now. So anyway, thank you, Ian. And on the main website in WordPress, Mark, you solved my cast issue in Chrome. And he said, hey, Mike, Chromecast icon on Google Chrome now resides in the drop-down menu section called Save and Share. Now, if you're looking at this on YouTube and you see the Mike Tech Show logo on my TV, I'm now using that on Chrome. Because remember, I moved to the Vivaldi browser because the cast was available. Now, how come I Googled and could not find anywhere where somebody would post, or even Chrome would say, we moved that option, and this is where we moved it to? Because why? Why would you not say that? That drove me crazy, because remember, I kept talking about it, where that, why would you take away the casting option, like that? And they hit it under save and share. Mark, you saved me from going crazy, which is what I was doing in trying to resolve that. So let's get to the rest of the emails. And here we go. This is from John. Hi, Mike. I have a PC running Windows 10. I have a hard drive that disappears after sleep. I have tried adjusting hybrid sleep and hibernate. I tried a new cable, new port, and a different hard drive. Also, the turn off disk is set to 860 minutes. No. John, I got you here on the problem. And he continues, the drive in question currently is a Toshiba. So far, the only way it stays visible is to have the PC never sleep. Yes. Please keep the shows coming. Thanks, longtime listener. John, I do not allow the sleep option on a desktop. I also turn off hibernate. There is no reason. And for hard drive going to sleep, I don't care what the system is, laptop or hard drive, I put 0. And that will keep it on forever. So don't try to set when it's going to turn off. Don't turn it off. Keep it on. Keep the performance at maximum. That's my suggestion. And that's how you stop that. I would eliminate sleep, eliminate hibernate, and when you hit the power button, you don't go to sleep, you turn off the computer. So do this in the power options, and I know you will be happier, but set it to 0. Let's see. We got the final email is from Israel Stern, and he has a YouTube link, and this YouTube link is to a show that talks about Explorer Patcher. And what I'm going to do is follow the link here, and I'm going to display it. And let me maximize. So the other link in the show notes is going to be the GitHub to Explorer Patcher, and then just latest version of the program. We're going to download and we're going to install it. And let's see what happens here. Downloading symbols for OS build. Please wait. Okay. This may take several minutes for now. And there, it successfully downloaded. And that's saying, what is the symbols? That's used a lot for identifying blue screens. So here's the software, and you can adjust all kinds of little options here. You got the taskbar, you got the system tray for skin taskbar and tray pop-up menus, center tray, show touch keyboard button, file explorer, start menu. You can change options, window switcher, weather. There's other to system about page, programs and features, adjust date and time. We got updates. This is receive pre-release versions if available. Not right. No, I never do that. Suggest the latest version on the server, even if it's older. Not recommended. You can check for updates, update program, and restart File Explorer. Advanced, enable the console. Dump memory leaks. Excuse me. Check this out. One of the things I like is restart File Explorer. Did you ever notice when the screen goes black or you have trouble with a program that messes up Explorer, and you don't need to reboot the system, although that would be the same thing in rebooting, but restarting File Explorer actually can help. And I know I went over that once, where you just launch the task manager and you can go file, run a new task, and you could just type Explore EXE. So as long as you can, let's say there's nothing on the screen, you can hit Control Alt Delete. Now I can do that remotely here. So I did Control Alt Delete, and you'll always get this no matter what's going on. So now you could pick Task Manager, and even if the screen's blank, you can reset Explorer by going File, run a new task, and then type Explorer.exe. So this is my test 2 system that I'm running on, because test 1 no longer works. The power outage took it out. So as I mentioned earlier in the show, that's what made me make a note of talk about UPS. So I still have a lot of work this weekend, and next weekend, crazy. I'm going to talk about a very big email migration and Office 365 install at the same time, as a client who has Office 2010 installed on 50 computers. And my son and I he's going to be on site and remote. I'm going to be remote. And then we have someone else, and we're going to tackle them all Friday night, Saturday, and Sunday, and have them with this total mail migration set up and run as we move from SureWeb to Microsoft. But we're not doing it through SureWeb. We're doing it where they're straight on Microsoft, and there are challenges with that I've ran into, that I've been documenting, that I'm going to discuss next week, or I'll probably be the week after the project, and I will give you, the good, the bad, the ugly from that. Now, an update, my client on the software, as I'm looking at it, is still, its total progress is only 71%, and we are an hour and a half into it right now with the Intuit software, no pun intended. So that's it. This past Thursday night, I was with a client who has season tickets to the Tampa Bay Lightning hockey, and it was great attending the game Thursday night. That's why there was no show, and that's why I was doing it this afternoon. So thanks for staying subscribed and downloading and listening to the show. Don't forget, check it out on YouTube, youtube.com/Michael Smith MTS. Don't forget to check out the main website at MikeNation.net. Now, if you type MikeTechShow.com, that's fine. It'll just send you to MikeNation.net. And there you'll find all the show notes. You're also going to find a donation button, which would greatly appreciate support for the show. That's it. See everybody and talk at you on Thursday night this week, if everything goes well. Bye-bye.